is breaking down into two parts today. We are live at high noon on IMTV, that is Medicine Show Radio's Moose television. This is the Moose, the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile, and you're with me, your host Rob Ellen, and I've got another, that song that was introduced there, that was co-written with Tom Paxton, to add as a supplement to that broadcast. Before I do that, then just a little bit more background on the Scotland tours, folk tours, and this particular one with Brian Kalenec. And we thank Brian for including us in that. Got to hang out with them for a day in Nairn. And tomorrow we've got Jim Patton and Shelley Brocas in the Moose. Tomorrow I'm going to play a little promo of that after we hear the supplement song from Dan. You'll excuse me multitasking here a little bit because I need to find, and I've got Jim's promo there. Yeah, it looks like that's going to work out okay, and I've got the supplement. So thanks for joining us. If you missed the first part of this, it's on the page that you're viewing. It is broadcasting 15 different social media outlets, and we thank all our media partners for allowing us access. One of them being Charlie Stewart, I'm very pleased to say, and Charlie Stewart is Brian's manager in Austin, Texas. I think he looks after all three of them, actually, and most of the people in Berkalin Records as well. So this is going out to Charlie. He's not been that well just recently, so hope you're feeling cool, Charlie, and thanks for letting us use your page for these broadcasts. That's really is a privilege to know that you're broadcasting across the world. Of course, it's the internet, but particularly to his roster of artists and all his family and friends in Austin. So we're going to put this out to Charlie, particularly to Charlie, and I'm just about to play the supplement. Now, the quality might dip just a little bit because basically there was some kind of anomaly I couldn't get to the bottom of. I didn't know if I would be able to retrieve this, actually, but I worked out a way of retrieving it today, so apologies if it isn't up to the usual standard of these broadcasts. We'll be back with that tomorrow. I've yet to edit that, so fingers crossed for Jim and Sherry tomorrow. Coming back tomorrow high noon, and I'll play a little promo on the outro of this. Daniel Bolin, thanks for joining us. What's the song you'd like to?
This is the last song that Tom and I wrote for the new album, It Matters.
Excellent. Tom Paxton and Daniel Bolin's song, and is the title track?
Yeah, no, it is on that album, but it's not the title track. And rather than tell you the title of it,
You're
I'll just sing
let
the
it
song because it's going to start with the title.
All right, there you are.
Send us old men to fight if there has to be war. Don't send the pride of our youth anymore. We couldn't save the world. These kids just might.
Nice.
If we give them a chance. Send us old men to fight. By without old folks like me, but we've lived long enough not to trust what we see. So you better put on one hell of a show if you're gonna convince us it's our time to go. We couldn't save the world, these kids just might, if we give them a chance. Send us old men to fight. Not as strong or as fast anymore, you can tell. But we're smart and we're mad and we're meaner than hell. When the blood gets so deep, we're practically swimming. We need the war finished. Send in the old women. We couldn't save the world, these kids just might, if we give them a chance. Send us old men to fight. Let's agree to a new international rule. No sending children fresh out of school. Let them live a good life, flourish and thrive. Give no one a gun till they're 75.
I'm going 85.
Send us old men to fight if there has to be war. Don't send the pride of our youth anymore. We couldn't save the world, these kids just might, if we give them a chance. Send us old men to fight.
Tremendous. Not so much Dad's Army, Granddad's Army, I'll take it. Yeah, what a great concept. And
of course, Tom says, the other side needs to send their geezers too.
Yeah.
We can hold our own against our age category.
Excellent concept. Beautiful song, beautifully articulated as ever. Daniel Bolin, our special guest in the Moose just now. Catch him on the road. Still doing 200 odd gigs a year. Right?
Oh, probably not that many. I've slowed down a bit since the pandemic. Some of the venues are gone. And,
it's closed, yeah.
And we have a new granddaughter at home that'll
lovely. That'll keep
in
you
January, and we don't want to be gone near as much. At least, Ellen particularly, I have to drag her out now.
Yeah, you're open to house concerts and community venues and community festivals. That's the way you travel.
Any place where people came to listen to the songs and the stories.
That's it.
I don't play music where there's something else going on and the music is incidental. I need the connection.
I'm increasingly of the same opinion, I have to say, although music has to find a place to seed itself. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that needs to happen as well. So, but I'm very pleased to have you in the Moose. It's certainly a place where people come to listen to music. Thank you everybody, for joining us here on this broadcast. Daniel carries on with his Scotland folk tour, and when's the first gig when you get home?
Let's see. The 24th of October in Austin, Texas will be the CD release of another brand new album, me and my trio, the Limelighters.
Oh, I love the Limelighters. Tell us a bit about them.
The trio goes back to 1959.
Yeah.
I am not an original member. I was 1 year old at the time. But all the original members have passed on. The band has been handed on one role at a time over the decades.
Yeah.
So it's like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Meadowlark Lemon's not playing anymore, but it's still the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Same way with the Limelighters, as Glenn Yarborough left, Grammer came in, and so forth. And it's been a slow rotation over the decades. Right now, it's Andy Corwin as our leader, and Steve Brooks, and myself, Daniel Bolin. We are the Limelighters, and we have just released the first album in the history of the band that is entirely original songs.
Wow!
One or more of the current members was involved in the penning of each song.
That's the start of it.
Of mine with Tom Paxton.
Well done. That's the start of an epoch. And just to plug for the Medicine Show as well, the three members as solo artists have all done Moose sessions as well. So you can find it just by going to the YouTube channel and putting a search in, you'll find the individual members there as well. Can't wait to get you all together.
That would be lovely. And you can find my tour schedule as well as the Limelighters tour schedule at danielbolin.com.
That's the way to do it.
The other thing you can find at danielbolin.com is a tab called Uncle Dan's Critter Cam. And that's where I put video clips from the cameras that I maintain up in the wilderness.
Oh, you do? That's back to the
so you'll see my cougars and bears and all sorts of interesting critters that are up there in the mountains right beside the city.
We're going over a little bit in time, but this is worth to do. You and Ellen have been supporters of the national park system all your life.
Both national park rangers early on. Ellen already was a ranger when we met. She's a few years my senior, and we met in Big Bend National Park.
Isn't that that's romantic as well?
It is.
I have to say.
We each worked for the Park Service about 10 years, and by then Ellen had resigned to raise our kids, and I went over to the Bureau of Land Management and spent another 20 years there. So 30 years in federal land-related, resource-related law enforcement, and now folk singing all the time.
I have to say, the times I've traveled through America, and I look at it in dismay at the moment, because I think...
Don't we all?
Yeah. The federal government really know what they're doing as far as putting up national parks.
It was one of the best ideas that our young nation ever had, was having...
I think there was a Scot that had that idea as well.
Yeah, it was indeed. But
not that I steered the conversation in that direction.
Having public lands, having national parks. We need to keep those. In fact, I have a new series of bumper stickers that I carry on the road with me that says, public lands not for sale.
Nice. It's going to get pride of place on the moose a bit later on if you have one for me.
Well, I'm not sure if I brought them over, but if I did, I'll get you one.
I'll come and get one.
Ship you one.
Surely we can get that old moose back down through the States again at some point. Okay, I look forward to that. Look forward to the show this evening. Thank you so much for doing this. Thanks for joining us on IMTV. Daniel Bolin, thank you again.
Good to be here in the belly of the moose.
Have you seen that? When was the last time you saw a moose? Quickly.
That I saw a moose. It would have been in a small town in Colorado, basically in my friend's front yard, just down the road.
Wow.
Wandering through the snow.
Wow. I live for stuff like that. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I couldn't believe my luck on that. And I do thank Brian Kalenec in particular and Scottish Folk Tours for delivering Daniel Bolin to Inverness. I've met up with Daniel a few times over the years, and it's always a pleasure, always something extraordinary going over. The last time was at Threadgills in Austin and Marion will be tuning in for this as well, at Tim Henderson's memorial concert. Marion, Tim's widow, and widower. No, it's the other way around. Widow and Tim Henderson. If you haven't checked out Tim, again, Berkalin Records, there's a album of Tim's there. He was one of the stalwarts of the Kerrville Folk Festival, but also he was Townes Van Zant's favourite songwriter. Townes used to phone Tim up for advice and just to talk to a fellow songwriter. Tim Henderson and Daniel Bolin and Jim and Sherry, who are coming up tomorrow, and Brian Kalenec, of course, as well as our good friends. And we might not have got to know, I think it was Libby that introduced this to Brian, in fairness, but Libby Coke is on that label as well. Ordinary Elephant too. And the last Folk Alliance, Daniel was, that I attended, Daniel was there. Ordinary Elephant won the Artist of the Year at that. And I was at the awards ceremony and just about jumped over the balcony and jumped out of my seat when that was announced. Hopefully get to see Ordinary Elephant at some point as well over here, and that might be something that comes as a collaboration with Scottish Folk Tours. I would love that if so. Thanks for joining us, guys. This is a bright sunny Wednesday. Wrap it up Wednesday, as Backstage Canadian Joe called it today. And if you're watching, Joe, thanks for all your help and support down the years. Ruth Purvis Smith as well. And we do have a session coming up. I wonder if we can get we have a session coming up with Brian, and we talk about Ruth and the time that we pulled up at Houston. Brian and Pam's house basically has a revolving door on it for musicians that come in and go in the whole time. And not only that, but he'll make sure he's got a gig for them when they get down there as well. So that's coming up. I don't know. I'm editing big files can be troublesome, and all video files are big files. Anybody has done that knows it. And again, apologies to Dan and those that viewed that the quality had to dip a little bit on part 2 because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to redeem them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you are viewing this then and you haven't viewed part 1, it's on the page that you're viewing this on. If it's YouTube, that's fine. If it's Facebook, Instagram, or wherever, TikTok too. And you might have to do that finger scrolling thing to find part 1. But appreciate you being here and supporting everything that we do. Please, if you enjoyed it, please do share it. So I'm just going to pause that, and I'm going to get the promo for tomorrow's show up. That's tomorrow, and look forward to that. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow as well. As I say, at your leisure, at your pleasure, any of all 15 pages that we broadcast to will be available and archived there. And best one actually is YouTube. If you would kindly go and subscribe to YouTube, trying to get that pushed up, because you can start getting some money through YouTube if you get the subscriptions up to getting close to it now. They're up to about 1,000, and that monetizes that whole side of things. Having said that, the best possible way to support the medicine show is through Patreon, and that it's scrolling along the bottom of your screen just now. Next job, I've got a Daniel Bolin exclusive track, one that hasn't even been released yet, and it's another song that he's co-written with Tom Paxton. Not heard anywhere else other than on our Patreon channel, and you can get over to that on Patreon Miss Mobile that you can see below, and it's only $2 to free that up, and $2 a month gives you access to extra content that we are broadcasting on the road. And not only that, but it gives me the the pleasure of knowing that I'm going to eat. The Patreon money I keep up my sleeve as much as possible, and I do thank everybody for continuing to support that. And it was New Mexico, I think, was the first time it did this. It got us to Austin. Otherwise, we might be still in that lay-by, wondering how we're going to do it. Anyway, that's us for another day. Again, have a look at that Daniel Bolin part 1 if you haven't already. It is on the page that you are looking at, and I'll just play some promos and we'll be out of here. Let's see where we are with all of that. Thanks again, guys.